Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, my name is Sarah. You can find me anywhere on Sarah of Horror, and here on my channel I review movies, TV shows, and other things I find interesting to talk about. And of course, I'm still doing my 31 Days of Horror challenge here in October. I'm reviewing one horror movie every day in October. So yeah, now for the next 3 days I'm actually going to review a franchise. Yes. So today I will be starting with part 1. And the franchise that I'm talking about is Urban Legend. Urban Legend is from 1998. It's directed by Jamie Blancs, starring Alicia Witt, Rebecca Gayheart, Michael Rosenbaum, Joshua Jackson, Tara Reid, and Jared Leto, among a lot of other people. So this one, we have this college student named Natalie, played by Alicia Witt, who suspects that a recent string of murders has something to do with urban legends. So I watched this film many times, and it's one of these slasher movies from the late 90s, after the slasher subgenre was revitalized with Scream. So we had a lot of good ones. Of course, Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then came Urban Legend. And yeah, this definitely stands out, and it's very intriguing having this slasher film based on urban legends. And I myself, I'm very intrigued and interested by urban legends. I listen to different podcasts that talk about urban legends and a lot of true crime, because a lot of true crime, some of them kinda stem from some urban legends, and I've always been fascinated by urban legends. So when I started watching this film, right away we start with a scene. We see a woman driving a car, and you also know that a horror film is good if they have the song Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler. And it's right there in the opening scene, which was so fitting. So right from there, I just got such a positive feeling that I would really love this slasher film. And not just that, the setting, the tone, it's raining, it's like an evening, and we as an audience were quite familiar with which urban legend the opening scene is referring to. And then also it's fun to guess and see how many urban legends you can correctly guess throughout the entire film, how many they have filled the film with. And also, not only that, but we also have Robert Englund as a professor in this film, and Danielle Harris as Tosh, the kind of goth girl character. And I loved both of these actors and both of their characters, so it was fun watching them in this film. And there were so many actors who did such a good job, like Alicia Witt, Rebecca Gayheart, and everyone. It was fun to see Joshua Jackson as well. And there's also a lot of comedic elements to this film as well, that combines with the urban legends. So yeah, I'm so happy that they chose this theme. And I watched a lot of behind the scenes, because my box, my urban legend box, contains a lot of behind the scenes material, hours of behind the scenes material, how they got the film going, how they found the director, why they chose these actors. And yeah, I totally understand why they chose this director, because he made a short film which is very reminiscent of these types of slasher movies, and the setting was almost exactly the same, the atmosphere. And I will link it in the link below. But yeah, so when I learned that background story, I totally understand why he was chosen to direct this one. And I think his vision really came through and just made Urban Legend a really fun and great and memorable slasher film. And I do love the script. I love the kind of little twists, little red herrings. They add so much to this film, and it keeps us as an audience guessing. Like, who is the killer? And why? Can we piece this together before the reveal? And yeah, I could not piece this together. Like, when I saw it the first time, way, way back, I didn't really piece together who was the killer before the reveal. So I think the movie and the director and the writer did a really good job with that one. So yeah, we had this, success with Scream, then I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then, just Urban Legend came kind of out of nowhere and just also stole the show, got some spotlight, and, people like the film, and that is why we have a trilogy, Urban Legend trilogy today. Yeah, so my favorite urban legend from this film, let me think. I do think it's the first one, probably the opening scene. I just think that the build up was so good because it wasn't like done in a quick way. Like several things had to happen. We had to switch some locations. Oh, we had to somewhat get to know the character without getting to know her like deeply, but still just get to find out some things. And also we saw like Brad Dourif in the scene, so that was really good. I just loved all the elements in the opening scene. It was well put together, well edited, it was well written. So I think, yeah, the first one is probably my favorite one. But there are so many good and fun ones. So yeah, when I'm watching any of the urban legend movies, I always make it like, okay, how many urban legends can I spot? Did I miss one? Are there possibly like more hidden ones that I didn't recognize or think about? So yeah, rewatching is always a fun thing to do. But yeah, if this is a slasher film you have missed, then you need to watch this as soon as possible. Because I'm pretty sure if you like movies, as I said, like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, like those types of slasher movies, then I do think this will be right up your alley. So, what do I give this one? I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, so 9 out of 10 to Urban Legend. Really good slasher movie, and it's still such a fun film, even after rewatching it so many times. But of course, let me know in the comments what you think about the first Urban Legend, which Urban Legend was your favorite, and why. And, like and subscribe, of course, and I'll be back with part 2 tomorrow. See you then. Bye.